Preacher Boy Inc.
The Black Lives Matter organization, House of Cards, is falling like it's tumbling one by one, and it's all falling apart right before our very eyes. See, this is what happens when you allow other groups that's non-black to come into the organization with their money and their input, but don't have your best interests in mind. See, these people, they come in with their money, they build you up with their money, and they tear you down with that same money. There's an old scripture that goes, the love of money is the root to all kinds of evil. And guess what? The love of money is destroying Black Lives Matter. The organization, tier by tier, is taking them all out. Gutta and Saved, they can't stand me. Recently in the news, Black Lives Matter incel groups is suing the organization for stealing more than $10 million of donation money that was given to those different cell groups in their states and in their counties to build programs for the black community, to do certain things that the black community need in order for it to thrive. The money went to the people in the higher ups, the organization, and apparently they ain't distributing the money right. The money is going into their bank accounts to fund their lavish lifestyle instead of being, distributed to the Black Lives Matter incel groups around the world so they can start help building the black community up with community stuff for the kids and computer programs and all that stuff. Now, if y'all remember, back in April, BLM came under scrutiny for buying a $6 million house over there in California somewhere, citing that it was a place where, the people could come organize and do some creative stuff in the organization, do some organization work. But we know that wasn't true, because when Candace Owens, I'm not a fan of hers, but she did a good job on pulling up on Sister Soul Child, Patrice Colors at the crib, and they was up there living in there. I did a video on that. Go check that out, because I'm not going to go into all the details in this episode. Now, after raising more than $90 million, and you know how they raised that money, they was chasing ambulances and chasing after the death of unarmed black men by these race soldiers, aka America's police officers. We are now watching BLM, Black Lives Matter, the organization, House of Cards, come crumbling down. What goes up must come down. What comes up? Oh, my. Now, I'm not sharing over the demise of Black Lives Matter, but it really does break my heart to know that they was taking advantage of people. They was taking advantage of the circumstances that really the black community is really having, and with the killing of unarmed black men and how they are policing the black communities. They took advantage and monetized over the hurt and pain of black people. So to see an organization like Black Lives Matter be under this type of magnifying glass, it kind of helps the black community in a little way, because we need real leaders who's going to do real things in our community. Black Lives Matter preyed on the trauma and hurt of black people and made a lot of money doing so. And y'all want to know what the crazy thing is? They didn't give a penny back to the black community. They didn't empower any black organizations that was really out here putting in the legwork and putting in the grind to build up the black community. They didn't give any of the money to any of the families that was, killed by the police officers. And if you even watch them closely, they don't even talk about the ongoing violence that's plaguing the black community in our inner cities. And they don't even talk about a solution to come into the black communities to help these young black boys, get out these crazy circumstances. But I'll tell you what they do though. They gave a lot of money and resources and lended their voice to the rainbow community. Now, that was their true goal. That was their only goal. They monetized off of black people's hurt to push their rainbow agenda. I'm gonna keep it all the way thorough with y'all.
Never last. You ain't lying. Boom, boom. You ain't never last.
They made millions all for young black men's murder, chasing ambulances and all that stuff, only to push and fund the rainbow community, like real rap. Now, if y'all think I'm lying, right? Then why BLM, the organization, is being sued by 26 of their own incel groups? I'll tell you why. Because even the incel groups, who I believe was, they was genuine. They genuine. The folk on ground level really believed in Black Lives Matter, and they really put the boots on the ground, and they put forth an effort to make a difference in the black community. And they put a lot of faith in BLM, the organization, the people up at the top. But now they got to take them to court. They feel like they got to take them to court, because they wasn't holding up their end of the bargain. When those folk organized and they sent their money back up to the organization, and now they reaching back like, yo, we need money to do this, we need money to do that. Now all of a sudden they ain't got no money. And then when they did a little bit more research, they found out the people at the top done got $10 million to buy this mansion and this many money to drive around in this type of car. And
story we're following, several leaders of the Black Lives Matter movement, they filed a lawsuit against a former Black Lives Matter executive for allegedly stealing $10 million for his own personal gain. Nick Smith is here with the breakdown of this lawsuit. Nick?
Adrian, I can tell you this has been extremely popular online. Black Lives Matter has been the heartbeat of the social justice movement across the nation since 2013 after the death of Trayvon Martin. But more recently, the civil rights organization has come under fire and under a cloud of suspicion after allegations that one of its founders and some of its other leaders used contributions to pay themselves high six-figure salaries and buy million-dollar homes. Now, 26 different Black Lives Matter chapters have filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles Superior Court claiming the head of the Black Lives Matter Global Fund Network used $10 million of charitable contributions for his personal use. The group Black Lives Matter Grassroots says Shalimaya Bowers defrauded local BLM chapters by siphoning funds away from them and using the money to pay his own consulting business millions in fees. Bowers was hired by Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors in 2020 to the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, which is a subsidiary of the Black Lives Matter organization. Now, Bowers denies the claims made against him in the lawsuit. News Nation reached out to Black Lives Matter Global Fund Network. Their attorney said, in part, the allegations in the September 1, 2020 complaint filed by Melania Abdullah and BLM Grassroots that Shalimaya Bowers and Bowers consulting firm siphoned more than $10 million of donors' money from Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation is completely false. Neither Melania Abdullah or BLM Grassroots blatantly and intentionally lied with this allegation in their order to garner salacious news headlines, or they simply failed to do their due diligence before making such a wild and unfounded accusation. Either is simply unacceptable. Now, in the lawsuit, the 26 chapters are asking for damages and restitution. They want their money back, Adrian, and then some.
All right, Nick, what a story, and obviously trending a lot online.
I'll tell you what wasn't right. See, here's the thing. BLM, the organization, people at the top, they wasn't down for the cause. They was down for the cash. I'm going to say that again for the people who ain't hear me in the back. They wasn't down for the cause. They was only in it for the cash because they know that they can monetize and gain tremendously off the hurt and trauma of black people, just like everybody else do. Let me put y'all up on game real quick. None of these political parties, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal, none of these black organizations like BLM, the NAACP, the National Black Caucus, neither of those groups have black people best interests in mind. They are not in it for the cause, they in it for the cash. They are what I like to call political pimps. They aren't serving the black community, they are selling the black community. That's why when you hear most of these political talking heads, whether it's on the conservative side or the liberal side, they always pushing you to support a certain party while demonizing the other, furthering the separation and segregation as, with black people as a whole by party. Oh, we got them Negroes over there. 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 As long as they not organizing together, let's keep them separated by party. That's why you see folk like Candace Owens and them on the right, and you see Roland Martin and them folk over there on the left, and they keeping black people separated by their political ideologies, and the Democratic Party is the slavery party. They did this, that, and the third to black people. The Republican Party did this, that, and the third to the black community. And the fight is gonna always continue to happen because can't nobody come to a good resolution for the black people. The only people who can do it is us. And the only way we can do it is we come together and leave these parties. Real rap. You already know I'm gonna keep it all the way thorough with y'all. Now, the folk who's at the top of those political parties that's non-black, what they essentially do is use their money and prestige and power to further corrupt the black companies and black organizations, because they know that every organization need funding. And in order to have a voice anywhere in the world, especially America, is you gotta have money, because guess what? Money talk. Now, I believe a lot of black organizations like BLM start off strong. They start off with a firm foundation and good values, but they get destroyed from the inside because, like any organization and every organization, we need money. We need resources in order to get on the playing field. Heck, Jay-Z said it the best: when you get your mind right and you get your money right, then you ready for war. But those folk is using a tactic out of the book, The Art of War. Now, if you read the book, The Art of War, which I encourage you to do, you'll understand there's a chapter that talks about, understanding your enemy. It says, if possible, befriend your enemy in order to sabotage and destroy them from the inside. Now, if you ask me, these liberals, these Democrats, these conservatives, these Republicans have did a great job by using the tactic in the art of war to sabotage the black community from the inside. I know I ain't the only one that noticed that. Now, I don't have to say any more, that haven't already been said about BLM. We all hip to it. We all see what's going on. We already know. Now, I have a solution, because what good is it to point out problems without a solution? And I always want to be a solution provider. My solution for the black community: flee the plantation of the Democratic Party and the Republican Party and the conservatives and the liberals. Flee the party. Get off those plantations. They do not have your best interests in mind. It is 2022 going into 2023, and we still are trying to fight for simple things that should just be second nature for all people, especially here in America. My second solution: as for you in your house, serve the Lord. Meaning, get your identity in Christ and serve him alone while being the best neighbor you could be and doing life with other people outside in the world. Lastly, get your house in order financially and stay out the way, because that's the only way we're going to thrive as a community of people. Because here's the fact of the matter: everybody ain't going to be saved. Every black person out there is not going to be on code. We see all the killings and the murders and all that stuff happening in the community. We see all the pulling down. We see the separation between the black man and the black woman. And I got a podcast coming on understanding why they need the black man and the black woman separated and always fighting. I got a dope podcast on that. Y'all stay tuned on that. But get your household in order financially. Start buying some property. If you're one of those folk that believe that, America is salvageable and can do great things for the black community, call me a pessimist, but you're delusional. I'm gone. It's your boy Reese Johnson. This is the Gutta And Saved podcast. I think y'all for rocking out with me, and I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Peace. Gutta And Saved, they can't stand me.